Guys, what's up? It's your girl Danny. Today I have kind of a different video. It's going to be more of a story time, talking, we're going to ignore everything behind me video. I had the most terrifying thing happen to me last night, and I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk about it and ask you guys if anybody else has had this happen to them. So I need to start off by saying I'm 23 and I started having chronic migraines at about age 12 when I was in 6th grade. My migraines can last days. That's what they call a cluster. It's more than a headache. It doesn't go away. I have light sensitivity. I have what I call lights that come up in my eyes. It's kind of like seeing the static on the TV, but it's like rainbow colored, and wherever it is, it totally screws up my vision. Like, I won't be able to see things. It's bad enough that I can't drive, and I had it go, the first time I had it, I didn't know what it was, and I was basically partially blinded in my right eye. It always goes to my right eye. The pain is usually on my left side, on my left temple, and if you've had a migraine, you know that feeling. It's different than a headache. It's more like someone stabbing you, which, of course, I have not been stabbed, but I can imagine what it feels like. So, in the last week or so, I've been dealing with a cluster. This is the 4th day of my cluster, and yesterday I went to the doctor's office. I haven't been in for a very long time for them. I just said, here's what's happening, can't handle it anymore. It's worse if I look at electronic screens, so going to work and working on the computer is totally out of the question. I was planning on spending the last couple of days editing videos, and I haven't been able to do any of that because I'm afraid to look at a computer. Sorry, my mom just called me, but anyway, I can't do anything that involves an electronic screen because it makes it worse. It has to do with moving your eyes too quickly, and then it's all connected. A lot of the times the pain gets so bad in the middle of the night that I get nauseous. I have thrown up before. TMI, if this is too much for you, I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to explain the situation. I will get to the title of the video, Night Terrors, just a second. I want to explain the severity of my migraines. They have been plaguing me for literally like half my life now. I've missed work, class, events, dates, parties with friends. I've missed lots and lots of things because of these things. They're debilitating and they're horrible, and I need to get rid of them. I did try Botox. It's not super common. I've seen some commercials for it, but a lot of people are like, oh my god, you're 23, why do you need Botox? Well, I don't need Botox because I think I have wrinkles. A lot of my migraines come from concentration problems. Like, I furrow my brow right here, and it scrunches, and that causes a migraine. So when you get Botox, it obviously keeps your muscles from moving, and you can get Botox without looking like you've gone through a wind tunnel, okay? I would just get it in, like, right here, and then they do like a line, and then they go around to here, and then this just literally, this part doesn't move. But they hit the right muscle so that I can still move my eyebrows. You know what I mean? I don't look like a weirdo or like, God, what is that movie? The Hilary Duff Cinderella story where the mom is like, she just had Botox and she's, you know what I mean? She can't, like, move. Not like that at all. And if you get like crazy eyebrow or one eyebrow ends up like higher, they fix it. They will fix it. So I've been seeing a plastic surgeon to do that, which I can talk about my plastic surgery experience if you guys are interested. I had a breast reduction at 17. If anybody's interested in that, I'd be more than happy to discuss that, because I think it was one of the best decisions of my life, but I was planning on doing a video on that. Anyway, back to this. So I went to the doctor, and they said, we're going to give you this drug. It's the one I used to take, which is kind of like souped up Advil. It's not a very big deal. There's not very many side effects other than, you know, the normal ones. Dizziness, nausea, the fun ones, okay? The normal fun ones. And when I say fun, I'm clearly being sarcastic here. And then they also gave me a shot that was supposed to head off the headache that I actually had at the moment. And they gave that to me in my hip, and it hurt like a mother, but it started making my headache go away. And I don't know if it was supposed to be a side effect or not, but I went home and crashed for like 5 hours. Like, I was dead to the world for like 5 hours. which I was really thankful for because I had not been sleeping, because I'll wake up in the middle of the night with a throbbing headache and then I can't sleep and then I can't go to work. Like, I've taken the last 2 days off of work, basically. So, last night, this is when I've got I took Advil that morning, which I'm sure had worn off, and then I take my birth control and doxycycline for acne, and then I had the shot in me, and then I also took, at about 11 o'clock, the migraine medication, which is called naproxen. And I think that it's Tripidol. I'll look it up, and if it's not Tripidol, what the shot was, I'll leave that below. So I had all of those coursing through my system when I went to bed at about 12:15. So I was exhausted. I knocked out pretty fast. And at about 12:30, I woke up, or I thought I woke up, and I rolled over that way and sitting, or standing, about right here in this chair, because my bed's over there, I saw the side of a person. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes in the dark, you're half awake and you think you see like a form that's really just like a coat rack or something, you know what I mean? And I remember thinking to myself, oh, look at that. It looks like the side of a body. Good job, nut job. You're making it all up in your head. Roll over and go back to sleep. And about the same time I thought that, the whole figure moved. So it was like staring at me. It was a man. He was wearing a brown suit, and he had round glasses. And it just freaked me the hell out. And the second he turned, it was like he became solid and colored. Like, before it just looked like black, but then all of a sudden it was colored. Like, I could tell it was a brown suit, and he had a dark shirt on underneath it, and the glasses were silver rimmed, and his eyes were green, but not like glowy green, just like, green. And when he turned, I thought to myself, oh my god, I need to get the hell out of here. So I turned to move, because I was turned this way, and as I turned like this, whatever it was floated over the bed and was staring at me, like, just like you're looking at me at your computer, like eye to eye, just staring at me, and then it dissipated. And I remember screaming at the top of my lungs, like 3 or 4 times, like girl in a horror movie scream here. I'm not talking about some I'm not gonna even show it to you or do it, because it was so loud. I hurt my own ears. Like, it was so damn loud. I just remember screaming at the very, very top of my lungs. And the next thing I know, I'm standing all the way down the hallway at the stairs. I live on the top floor. I'm at the stairs trying to figure out what the hell just happened. So I don't know what you guys believe in. I personally do believe in paranormal, things we can't see, things we can't explain. I believe in spirits, things like that. And I just got the most terrified feeling from this. I mean, my heart was racing. I was sweating. It was horrible. So I went downstairs and I got my mom, because she believes in these kind of things too. And she was asleep, and my dad was asleep, and I couldn't believe it, because I had just screamed at the top of my goddamn lungs. Like, how could they not hear me? There was one time where I had a burst ovarian cyst, and I remember just barely croaking out a yell that I needed help with, and my mom heard me, and they came rushing and called an ambulance, and I was totally fine. But how could they not have heard me scream at the top of my lungs? And, Mom obviously came upstairs, checked out my room, and I went to the guest room to sleep in a different room because I was too freaked out to come back in here. It still makes me shake. Like, it was absolutely horrifying. So my mom said, you had to have been dreaming. You had to have been dreaming. But the amount of fear that I felt, it was not a nightmare. It was absolutely 100% a night terror. I looked it up on the Mayo Clinic website, the symptoms for night terrors. Now, I understand you're not supposed to self-diagnose. But I looked it up, and I had almost all of the symptoms of what happens to people when they have night terrors. And listed on the causes are migraines. Migraines can cause night terrors. So I immediately called my doctor this morning and said, shoot me to a neurologist's office, because my doctor had mentioned that seeing a plastic surgeon for migraine Botox was probably not going to be as effective as seeing an actual neurologist. So, I mean, it was getting the job done, but it's a very interesting situation with my plastic surgeon. So, basically what happened is, I got referred to this doctor's office that I won't be able to see till the end of April, but I'm on a waiting list, so if anything happens before then, I will do an update, and I might not put it up regular schedule, I might just throw it up if you guys aren't interested. But I called them and said, here's what's going on, I need to get in, what can you do for me? And they said, first off, absolutely those things are connected. Rare, but connected. And they're sending me all the paperwork, and I'm going to get in and see what we can do. But I just wonder, have you guys had night terrors? Because, I mean, there's a reason they're called terrors. That was absolutely the most terrifying thing that has ever happened to me while I've been in my own bed. Like, I've had bad dreams. I've had dreams because I watched a scary movie, or it was just insane. Absolutely, like, I mean, for the first 30 minutes, I was totally convinced it was real, that there had really been somebody in my room. But as I talked with my mom, it started to fade, the way a dream would fade. Does that make any sense? You know, like, you wake up and you remember your dream, and it's super vivid, and then as the day progresses, it kind of gets fuzzy, and the image of that man above me, though, is still there. And I mean, I slept with the lights on last night. I'm surprised I even fell asleep. That I was only asleep for 15 minutes too, which is what freaked me out, because I woke up at 12:30, and I remember looking at the clock and seeing 12:15 before I'd gone to bed, and it's like, how could I hit REM cycle that fast? But I was really tired, so. But have any of you guys had night terrors? Do you know what I'm talking about? Any advice? People with migraines, I can't take Excedrin. It doesn't work for me because it has caffeine in it, and it affects me in a bad way. I don't like caffeine. Caffeine makes me feel weird, and I have heart palpitations, and caffeine makes them worse. So, any advice on that kind of stuff? Just your experiences? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say about that. Please ignore the obnoxious barking dog. I just had like the most horrifying night last night, and I just needed to talk to you guys and know that I'm not alone in this, because I know I'm not. Somebody out there, one of you guys, has to have had this happen. So that's what I've got for you guys right now. If you'd like to see any videos on my plastic surgery stuff, as a side note, I would be more than willing to do that. I just don't know what. I'm not going to do it just to get views, you know what I mean? Like, my plastic surgery story. Like, if you're actually interested in it, I'll do it. But other than that, like, it is kind of personal. Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you think. Comments, concerns, no rude remarks. I had a teacher that said comments, concerns, rude remarks. And of course, that always bit him in the ass. But that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Love you. Bye.